Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to the Over the Top podcast. I'm Brandon.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Juan.
Thank you for joining us for another week of podcast. We apologize we missed last week. Some scheduling stuff. Our producer, he was on a romantic little honeymoon thing, so had to take a week off. But we back and we better. I want you bad as ever. You know what Bryson said. How y'all living, bro? I haven't seen you in a little while.
I'm good, brother. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah. I'm not bad. Juan, how was your weekend?
No.
Good? You feel fulfilled?
The week off was good. And coming back, we're nice and relaxed.
Coming back ready to pot it up, even though you're missing next week, too?
That's a different
We'll
topic.
get to that at the end of the pod.
Improving all this vacation time.
You feel me? I didn't get a request.
We just started and
I didn't
everyone's
get
taking vacation.
nary a PTO request, but he taking vacations. Anyway, we also have another guest in the room that we don't usually have. Our friend Valente. He's not gonna be on camera this week, but he will be giving some input. You might see him on camera sometime soon.
You might see a picture of him in the video this week.
We might leak a little
new team member ad.
Leak a photo of him on the story. Go to the Instagram. If you want to see Valente, you'll see the story. We'll give you like a glimpse of Kenny too, but not the whole thing.
We'll give it half his face.
That's too much. That's too much. But all right, let's get into it. Since we've last spoken, Prem was off for international break. Not gonna lie to you, I didn't watch a lot of it. It just felt like a soccer hiatus, so I just took that as a local break. Unfortunately, I did watch some Camel League, for lack of a better term, as everybody's been referring to it as. But yeah, Messi scored 100 international goals.
Yeah,
how do we feel about that?
Joined the club.
Finally. Took him
He's
long
there
enough.
Ronaldo.
Took him long
Impressive.
enough. He also scored free kick for the 800th goal, very Messi fashion. Topped that 800 with something special. Did you see the free kick?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Why you saw it?
Yeah, I saw it.
It was a solid free kick. I feel like I saw like a very nice free kick in person for him too, right?
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, that's love. That's love.
Against your squad, Brandon.
Hey, he scored against a lot of people. It's
Yeah.
an honor. It's an honor and a privilege. Speaking of free kicks, Ronaldo has free kicks in his last, I believe, 3 matches. Free kicks in each match.
Yeah, but who's the goalie over there?
All right, but he scored one against Luxembourg too. His 11th goal against Luxembourg.
I was gonna say
First country where he has double digits.
Oh, that's the only one.
First one, yeah. That's the only one. How many you got? Damn. I got like about 5-4 those.
So it seems like, just speaking about Ronaldo, it seems like Ronaldo's not really trusted at the club level anymore. But
Wait, elaborate. What do you mean?
I mean, he's playing.
When you say trusted,
he's playing in Saudi Arabia. He's not in one of the top 5 leagues in the world anymore.
Trusted or desired?
Well, he's still trusted, I guess.
Well, he wants him
to start for Portugal, which is I'd consider them like top 10 international teams in the world.
Nobody wants a 40-year-old with the attitude of a 19-year-old. I think that's like the main thing. I think it's more so just like
you don't think Ronaldo could play for a top?
Absolutely. Like I don't think that's a question.
In the top 5.
I don't think he'd have an issue at all playing
leagues.
top 5.
Of course he can, but
Absolutely.
like my thing is like Portugal could easily just be like, oh, we've moved on. We want somebody else to play center forward. Like
Who?
Gonzalo Ramos, the player that replaced him in the World Cup. But clearly they've seen that he's not, I guess, the replacement at this time.
The kid is not.
So do you guys think that Ronaldo is going to be like the main guy in this Euro Cup coming up? Because it's literally next year. You know what I mean? Because the World Cup, it's a year. We played in December, so usually we have to wait 2 years, but now we only have to wait like a year and a half, less than that. So do you guys still think that? I mean, he scored consistently for Portugal. Do you guys think that he's gonna be still that main guy there?
I don't see why not. As long as he's healthy and he continues scoring consistently for Al Nassr.
I agree. I honestly don't see like him having an issue being the guy for Portugal. That's like.
But at the same time, I can see them, just letting him get to his 200th cap because he's at I think 198 right now.
Yeah,
something like that.
Let him break that record or whatever. And I could see them cutting him off and moving forward before that time, using like the Euro as kind of a transition tournament to move past him. So by the time the next World Cup rolls around, they're ready to go with their new team and contend because they still have a lot of good players on that team.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, is it worth for Portugal to like still stick with Ronaldo or try to transition to a new forward for the Euro Cup coming up? Because the last 2 games, to be honest with you, like they were against very, very low quality teams, European teams. It was against
Luxembourg.
No, it was Liechtenstein, something.
Liechtenstein.
And then Luxembourg. Like I've never seen any of those 2 in Euro, in like a Euro Cup ever.
Shout out to all our Luxembourg and Liechtenstein fans, though. No disrespect.
Once they add like 48 teams to the Euro Cup, you'll probably see them.
All right. You really have an issue with this adding teams to stuff, don't you?
You know that's true.
This is really your gripe with the international stage
Ronaldo's
right
gonna
now.
be sick because he just wants to keep adding goals.
Of course.
To make sure Messi does not pass him for like.
Right now, he's individual accolades. That's the only thing that can keep somebody that competitive phasing out of their career, like
keeping him going.
It's keeping him sane, to be honest.
Once Messi retires, I guarantee he'll retire like 3 days later.
Yeah, to be honest.
He just wants to,
or like might make it like a month. Like I retired because of him. I wanted to.
Wait, but I can see Ronaldo retiring before Messi.
You see him ever coming to MLS?
But I'm saying I could see him like kind of trying to prolong things.
As long as possible.
He could keep the distance between the goals record and whatever.
You still see him ever coming to MLS at all?
Messi's pretty close with his goals record and whatever. And
I think
you wouldn't really call Messi like a goal scorer per se.
What?
You know what I mean?
I wonder what the difference is in assists, though.
Why? Why wouldn't you call him a goal scorer?
I mean, that's not like. I mean, obviously, it's a huge part of his game, but I don't know if that's like the biggest part of his game.
What's the biggest part to you?
I would say he is.
Playmaking?
I'd say.
At this point in his career.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of how you look
I
at
just
LeBron
have always
Jordan,
seen him as a
how
scorer.
LeBron is like, has the most points ever, but he's not like known as a scorer.
All right. You've been talking to old people too long. That's not even your take, I don't think.
I think Ronaldo at this point is strictly a scorer. He's not on the field.
I don't think he's ever been too much more than that. Like,
he's
during
he has a lot of assists. Yeah, no, he has a lot of assists. But like when we think of him, we're like
that's what I'm
scoring.
When you think
but
of
when
Messi,
I think of Messi, I think of goals and like those little clips of him just dribbling through 50 people. I think about the goal of Boateng when he turned him inside out and dropped him. Like that's literally what I think about when I think of Messi.
Fair enough.
But to each his own. That's fair. Our different perceptions of Mr. Messi here. I did see a clip on Twitter of the first time Ronaldo Jr. met Messi, and he was like mad nervous.
Messi's probably his favorite player.
I think so. Kids are weird like
definitely
that.
Like sneaks into his room and watches like
Messi
in the dark while his dad's not looking.
Ronaldo like gets the on his For You page like mad Messi
dad,
stuff like.
Messi's
Is this my
best.
fiance or my son, bro? Like I don't know which one will bother me more. Nah, but kids are weird like that. That would piss me off. Why you like my rival so much? Damn, bro. You live in the house with me. You seen what I could do? Like, Jesus. It would be like LeBron's favorite player, like favorite pundit is Skip Bayless. Like, imagine Bronny's favorite was like, I love Skip, bro. I don't know what to tell you. he gets the takes, man. I know.
But really interesting, over for the French national team, World Cup runners-up, Mbappe is now the captain. Yeah, taking over from Lloris.
Taking for the 9-9s in the 2000s.
I know. Does Griezmann get the armband sometimes? He might be like a second or third captain, right?
Antoine.
I know he's. There's an article that came out that he wasn't too happy, with the French national team and the coach. So.
Mbappe or Griezmann?
No, Griezmann.
Griezmann, really?
Yeah.
I think they can live with that.
Griezmann unhappy? All the caps he gets? Even when he was down on form and he was at Barcelona and struggling.
Hey,
it's probably I can see
What
it
have you
probably
done for me
being because
lately?
of the fact that like Mbappe is like the main guy. You know. I mean,
it's hard to phase out and just accept that this new young person is the guy.
True.
It's not as easy as you think. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
What? Excuse me. Do you think he's a good captain for like an international side? Like, is that gonna help hurt? What is like? Does it move the needle at all for France?
I think it's interesting because he is young, right? He's
He's pretty young, 23, 24.
23, 24.
24. So for him already to be the captain of like a big team like France, is, it's not this little country where he's clearly the best player or whatever.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's like there's a lot of.
But I mean, you
still have Varane in the side. Did he retire? Did he retire from international soccer? Or is he still going?
No,
I want to say I feel like he said
he
that.
retired after the World Cup.
We might have talked about it. I feel like we said
so.
that. I think he did retire. I feel like I remember him saying that.
Well, I guess it could make sense then, because France is kind of coming in with a newer generation of players. You're gonna see Griezmann. This will probably be his last tournament.
True, so he might be the OG in a little bit.
Coming out. Mike Maignan from AC Milan is now the keeper. It looks like.
I like him though. He's a good keeper.
Be out of here.
Whoa, Tony's warming up.
Good saves this break. So yeah, maybe Mbappe
I like
becoming
him a lot,
the captain
actually.
is not that crazy.
Yeah, if you think we're bringing in a young talent, he's like probably some of their idols.
Considering he
gonna
carried
be the
France
guy
in the
on
World
team.
Cup.
But being the best player, that definitely doesn't make you the best captain.
Of course.
But
Yeah, we've seen that a couple
he
times.
still has a bunch of experience for a 24-year-old. The games he's played in.
And his
already
club
won the
team
World
handed him
Cup.
the keys 2 years ago. So
He
he's
plays
not
in the top.
like he doesn't shy away from the
competition,
pressure.
so.
You know what I mean? Like I don't think it'll change his game at all. He's used to being the guy.
And do you guys think that he'll be like the face of world football going forward? Once Messi and Ronaldo retire, do you think it's him standing alone as like the face of world football?
Before you answer that, does anyone in the room have like any younger siblings or cousins or anything that are into soccer at all?
No.
Cause like I want to say
I
like
do.
you do.
Yeah.
Who's their guy? Who's the young? Like how old are they?
Are you younger than me?
All right, well, what I was getting at is if we knew someone even 10, 12, and then maybe someone in high school, we'd have a better beat on like who the next guy is. I'm assuming Mbappe, but I'm not as crazy about him as I was the other guys growing up. But I was growing up. Like, they were older than me. Like, I'm not going to be crazy about it. 24, I'm 26, 27. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're the same age. But, like, I want to know if, like, he's the guy for the kids. Like, if they're going out trying to look like him and play like him and, like, wear what he would. Like, he doesn't really wear anything that's like distinctive
style.
Yeah, but like I wonder if they like, Mom, I need the Mbappe Mercurial. You know what I mean? Like I don't really know. I don't have too much of a beat on that.
He
has his own cleats.
He's like a
They're
Nike
not
athlete.
the nicest looking ones to me.
Definitely not.
Brown and purple, but he has his own cleats. I don't know. I want to say he's the next guy. It's natural and makes sense,
He's so
but I don't know who they like. Like I don't know who the kids like. Or are they as passionate about him as we were about Ronaldo or Messi?
And he has been quoted saying that, like, he speaks English, and he said, like, yeah, I want to learn English because I want to be, like...
Commercial man.
Yeah, one of the biggest stars in this game. He's like, I want to be the best player, and part of that also being the biggest star.
Does he do any, like, modeling or anything, Pauls? Like, you gotta get out there. Like, Messi and Ronaldo are bigger than football. Right now, Mbappe is just a really good, like, the best soccer player. Like, I don't see him outside of that doing anything.
I'm sure if he wanted to get into modeling, it wouldn't be a problem for him.
But if he wants to, he got to branch out if he wants to be that next guy. Like, the guy is always doing something other than soccer.
But who would it be other than him? Like, who
That's a good question.
Is
Vinicius or Haaland? I'm saying Vinicius,
worldwide
Haaland,
though,
or Mbappe.
But Vinicius is actually, that's why he wanted to leave Nike, because he was saying that the World Cup campaign he was barely in.
I don't know if he's the international face though.
That push forward from the company.
Well, I mean,
you gotta
Mbappe
help them though. You gotta show them why they need to push you. Like, Vinny's just another not just another soccer player, but he's just a soccer player. Like, I don't see him outside of that. Like, you see him, he dressed up and went out. Like, cool. Like, you were out with your teammates, so it's just a soccer player. Like, Ronaldo and Messi were bigger than football. I don't know if it's because I was young and like we were following everything they were doing more, but like I don't think there's as much star power with these
Ronaldo
guys.
Definitely made a concerted effort.
Random people knew who Ronaldo was just because they were like, this guy looks like he does something important. I got to know who this is.
But even with Messi, like obviously he's all over the Adidas campaigns or whatever. It didn't seem like he was, maybe because he doesn't speak English. so I don't really listen to his interviews or really able to understand him as well. But it seems like his skill is what really pushed him forward to be as marketable and not
I agree.
as much as personality.
He doesn't have personality.
Ronaldo-wise.
He doesn't have. We've never seen it. It's just
No,
soccer
but that's
and
what I'm
like.
saying. I don't speak Spanish, so
yes.
maybe
No, he doesn't have
I
personality, bro.
don't. Can you speak to that? Have you heard like a lot of Messi interviews or?
I don't think he's the most
thing is-
charismatic guy.
Does he have a big like social media presence?
No.
I mean, he's one of the like most followed people on Instagram, and
Yeah,
like,
apart from like being followed and like posting.
I mean, he's
your
just
standard
known for being
pictures.
good at soccer. Like Ronaldo is more than a soccer player. He's basically in modeling. You know what I'm saying? He has his own perfume brand. I mean,
He has his
Messi-
own underwear.
Yeah,
like
but-
he's bigger than football.
Messi's
big because
yeah.
because Ronaldo had a rivalry with him, and then
Yeah.
FIFA and
But I
everything.
mean-
like, oh, this is the guy. Every time I hear something, it's Messi or Ronaldo, Messi or Ronaldo. So like, I kind of think that little rivalry pitting them against each other kind of helped Messi. It's obviously it's not the reason he's Messi, but it didn't hurt to be a rival against like this commercial giant, for lack of a better term. Like Ronaldo's marketable.
Yeah, the thing is, Ronaldo is like Ronaldo because of the multiple reasons, but like obviously his looks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, it helps. And like he
Like-
markets himself before a company has to market him. Like he comes out with CR7 cologne, CR7 whatever, like CR7 socks. Like the amount of stuff that he just came out with on his own under that CR7 brand, and then it's like, all right, all I got to do is Nike is push some boots, put you in some ads. If
So
I'm
do
head
you
and
think
shoulders,
Messi would just be like so much, I guess, bigger than Ronaldo if he was more charismatic and
oh,
kind
absolutely,
of spoke English.
absolutely. If Messi was like
Maradona,
6'2"
Maradona
with a personality, this Ronaldo rivalry would barely be a thing.
Not even 6'2", because you look at like players like Maradona.
No, but
who's known
but
for-
I'm talking about
Yeah.
like we're going like what would be like the ideal, like the stature as well, like the like guys want to look like you, girls want to be with you, like that type of cliche thing. If he was that, it'd be real hard for Ronaldo to keep this rivalry up
I
so
don't
long.
think that really started until Beckham, right? Until Beckham.
I'm not old enough to know like where women like, oh my God, Cantona. Like I genuinely don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Cantona and his
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. They like, yo, the collar is high, bro. I rate it. Like I really don't know. But yeah, Beckham was like the first star boy that I knew. Like random people knew him because girls were like, oh, he's cute, and then he was dating a Spice Girl. So yeah, he's probably started off like the superstar celebrity as well as player kind of thing. To us. Because there's probably someone, in the 70s, this guy was, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Well,
Just for-
George Best, I think, was a celebrity. I think he was a celebrity and a footballer, if I'm not mistaken.
well, his soccer playing abilities got him to where he was at, and then obviously that.
Well, yeah, that's
like,
all
his
of them.
looks. His looks brought him a lot.
So you got to
more,
be, you have to be good
You
enough
have to have
for people
both.
to care about what you do.
Yeah.
Then comes the personality, and then comes the if you're good looking that helps, and then all of that other stuff. But the play is what gets you there. That's why I'm not saying Messi's like far behind Ronaldo in marketing or marketability. Messi has the most he has Japanese shampoo ads. Like he has ads everywhere. He's not marketable. Like it's not hard to market Messi. I'm just saying like if he was like the traditional, I'm gonna be in the Gatorade commercial and sweat Gatorade. You remember those like sweat Gatorade commercials? Like those.
Of course.
I love those.
Gatorade rain.
All right.
That shit was
I
disgusting.
feel stupid. I'm not gonna lie. I was like, if you drinking enough Gatorade, like, would you sweat Gatorade? Like, because like I've looked at it before, like, is it blue? Like, I tried to see, like, when I was really young. Those were good commercials, yo. All right. This is a left field topic. Were sports commercials better back then, or is it nostalgia? Because like the last really, really good World Cup commercial I saw from Nike was like that one for not this World Cup, the last World Cup. That was fire. Like the animated one. Do you remember that?
Oh, I didn't like that.
You didn't like it?
I didn't like
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I remember that.
I liked it. It kind of reminded me of the ones from my past. But do you remember the one where it was like they walked you through becoming like you played at Sunday League and then you got
they showed
scouted
you,
and
take
then,
it to the next
you remember
level?
that one,
That's-
bro?
yeah.
That was a commercial.
That's top 5.
You feel me?
That's top 5 for sure.
You remember like the Pepsi Gladiator commercial?
No, when the Nike commercial where they were playing in the airport, I love it. The Brazil national team.
Yes. Joga Bonita. Those are the ones. My favorite one is in the locker room
The locker
where they kicked
room
it into
one,
the
right?
freezer and closed it and opened it back and kept juggling. Oh my God, bro. I watched that shit like 50 times. Yo, those commercials. But like, yeah, they don't really like. Because now I guess you're just making like a 15-second clip to post for YouTube before a YouTube video. Even
People don't even have the attention span to be watching things nowadays. It's like, all right.
That's fair because the one we were just talking about, like take it to the next level. That's like a 5-minute commercial. Like you follow this kid's story.
Watch the whole thing.
No, yeah, I watched it on YouTube a couple times. But yeah, I just feel like now, even like they don't grab you.
Yeah, society's changed, so it's.
I feel like I don't know. Maybe. So how do you market yourself as a footballer now to become
What
that
do you mean?
best
You
guy?
do the
Do you
Pogba
do TikToks?
thing. Yeah, you do the Pogba thing. He was good at marketing himself. His game didn't really follow
Start
it
doing some
up.
TikToks.
Apart from like the 2 months he played.
Is
in the
there a
World
TikTok
Cup.
footballer right now that we know of? Does anybody know?
Jay
Does he?
Diggs.
But
He
you know what I'm
tried, but
saying?
now he doesn't play for a team that's big
that it
enough.
matters.
that-
Nottingham
yeah.
for it. You know what I'm saying?
TikTok might get banned, so I don't know.
Well,
We'll see
here,
that.
but everywhere else is still huge.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, because then
I
again,
saw
like,
that tear roll down your face. When
Oh, I don't. I'm not on TikTok.
but do you take like I don't know? Would footballers like take a TikToky guy seriously? Like, would it be like a Juju Smith-Schuster kind of thing, or they're like, he's not a real football player, he's just in the league.
If you're good enough, they'll take you seriously.
Yeah.
Like
But
no
I
matter
can-
what
but
Ronaldo
if you're good enough,
does,
are you gonna TikTok?
Yeah.
he's like, people are gonna pay attention.
But he's not gonna do
because he's
TikTok
that good.
dances. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I can't.
there's
take,
a
Lewandowski was doing TikTok dances.
Yeah.
Lewandowski was definitely doing
Really?
some of those.
I could
dances.
see
They
Vinicius
ain't come
be
up with
doing
my
some
For You
TikTok
page.
dances
Oh, the
too.
Brazilian players.
Yeah,
You already know.
I'm about to look it up. There's definitely.
they're not as
TikTok.
saucy as the old Brazilian players, bro. They used to samba on the field. These new joys can't dance, bro. They be trying to.
I mean, they throw like bananas at him when he dances. So
that's fair.
that was a whole
Vinicius
thing.
Jr. on TikTok right here. Look.
That's
Yeah.
fair. But it's him and his girl, right? Like, I feel like his girl is more famous than him, like, in the streets.
Who, Vinicius?
Yeah. I don't know who his girl is, but, like, she's always talked about.
Okay. I'll have to do some research on that later.
Ooh, quick update. The man them are bringing in my boy, Tony, Jadon. Let's see what can go on.
So at this time, who's more marketable right now? You think Messi or Ronaldo?
Right now,
I would say it's
Messi.
equal, maybe.
Messi.
Oh, that's fair.
100%.
Coming off the juice.
That's fair.
100%
He's
Messi.
coming off the juice of a World Cup.
That's
Yeah.
fair. I let my bias jump
He's
in.
coming off the juice of a, like.
I let my bias jump in. You know, he be on the juice anyway. HGH.
Yeah.
Anywho, who's the most marketable?
When he was in Argentina, you
of the
saw
new
how
guys,
like
though?
he shut down Buenos Aires or whatever when they found out he was going to dinner. It was like
Yeah.
a mob in the
But
city.
he wasn't even there, and they had a crowd outside his grandma's house.
That's not actually his grandma's house.
Oh, I was about to say, like, because they kept reporting this. I'm like, yo, the lady can't sleep because her grandson is
I'm
winning a
pretty
soccer
sure-
game.
I'm
It's
pretty,
ridiculous.
sure, I'm pretty sure that might have used to be his grandma's house, but his grandma passed
That's
away.
what I was wondering too. I'm like, yo, you
His
still
grandma
got granny
passed away,
just
so there's
living
some
right
random
there, bro?
people that live there now. Or
Man,
like,
I'd
I
be
don't know,
tight,
maybe
bro.
other people
Imagine
in the
our
family or
house in
something.
college was just like where Michael Jordan used to live, and people just come all the time, like, oh, like, yeah, guys, please, I'm studying. Like,
studying, right? That's what you're doing.
shut up. But who do we think is the most marketable of the new footballers?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
you sticking with Mbappe?
Mbappe.
You
I'm
wouldn't put
sticking with
Neymar in
Mbappe.
there a little bit, or is he old now?
Neymar
He's
is
30?
old, not in the consideration anymore.
Yeah,
He's
he's
the
in his
oldest
30s. He's
30-year-old
old.
of all time.
Yeah, but we known him since he was 14. That's why. It's like Chris Brown. Like, you just know him forever.
But
I guess yeah, Mbappe is the most marketable. Yeah.
another interesting result over international break I wanted to bring up was the Spanish national team losing to Scotland 2-0.
Rightfully so. Got their ass bust. Thoughts, Juan?
Yeah.
I mean,
Anything to
it's
say?
their first time losing in 9 years in European qualification. I think
Sheesh!
something like that.
That's a hell of a stat, my boy. That's a
So,
good rebuttal. I can't be mad at you.
All runs have to come to an end, you know. Like
But to a Scottish end to the run, though.
McTominay 2 goals. What is
He's
going
trash,
on?
bro.
He doesn't even score a goal for United.
Mind you, I'm a United fan. I've been saying he should have never got out the academy and made it. Should have sold him
Well,
to
he
Everton
just-
and called it a day, bro.
Yeah.
He'd have been a legend if he played at a mid-table ass team like Everton.
So I guess like Roger brought up a very interesting point. Like, his,
Oh yeah, he got a little petty.
in
Do we have the direct quote?
the direct quote is, it's like speaking on like the loss to Scotland. He basically said it's the way they play. For me, it's a bit rubbish because It's always wasting time. They provoke you. They always fall. For me, this is not football. And it's something that I've like spoken to Nick a lot in the past is that it's kind of frustrating watching a side just sit back the whole entire game. Like, I know, like, some teams don't have the talent to compete against other teams, but just watching a game and having to watch, like, one team just, like, sit back the whole time and like, basically have all their whole team inside the 18.
Bro, at Mourinho, bro. Just at him, bro. Why you subbing my guy?
Juan, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Have you ever played in a soccer game where the team was clearly superior to your team technical ability wise?
This sounds like a loaded question.
Multiple times, yes.
This sounds loaded.
So, as a player who loves to win, you know, I've been on a team long enough. I know you enjoy winning. Would you feel comfortable trying to play against that team straight up, just like one for one, like, you know, they're attacking, we'll attack the same way?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, I'm not saying that they're wrong for doing this, or like, obviously it's just like every coach has their own strategy, every team has their own strategy, and this is what works for them. And they clearly saw that Spain was the clear, like, stronger side, and they wanted to pull out a result in European qualification, and they did successfully. So all the power to them and everything. It's just, from a fan's perspective, it's not appealing to watch. And that's all I say, is that, like, I don't like watching that. I don't want to watch one team attack the whole game and then one team basically just counters the whole game. I mean, Scotland did play relatively well, and Spain's not the same as Spain used to be honest with you. Like, they didn't look good. I didn't like the way they were playing. I was watching the game, and to be honest with you, I don't see much, like, there's no spark, you know what I mean? It's just like, like, lackadaisical. Maybe it's the style that Spain plays. Maybe Spain needs to change their style up, you know what I mean?
No, I don't.
I feel like
the only thing Spanish national team is missing is some forwards.
I think a player's
That's
rebuttal.
been the issue since David Villa and Fernando Torres left, which is like 10 years ago.
I mean, I gotta get it popping.
If we had any half decent center forward, we would probably won the World Cup the last, like, not one, but like.
I was gonna say, slow down. We don't want the last 3 minutes.
No, I definitely hear you. But I wanted to ask, as a center back, or, you know, just playing in general, did you ever have any, like, time wasting or kind of tactics to wind the other team up? I forgot the word for it. In Italy, they have a certain word for it, where it's kind of like the dark arts of soccer that you would do.
I love that shit.
Maybe if you're playing against a forward, where you, like, punch him in the back when no one's looking, or I don't know what center backs do.
Like, speaking about, like, what Roger said, like time wasting and stuff, like, every team does that. Even they do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're up, like, 2-1, and, like, in the 90th minute, there's 2 minutes left. They're time wasting. You know what I'm saying? They're taking their time. It's not like they're rushing to get to the ball. Because, you know what I'm saying? Just because they're the better team. You know what I mean? Like, every squad does that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, some teams do it more, but it works into their advantage, and I guess it got into his head. But, I mean, I understand where Roger's coming from. And then this also happened when we lost to Switzerland in the 2010 World Cup, the year that we won the World Cup. We lost to Switzerland, and the first game, and we completely dominated that game. We should have won that game like 6-0, but we ended up losing 1-0. And that's just the way soccer goes. And that's the beauty part about it, is that anybody can beat anybody. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's any other sport out there where, like, any team has a chance of, like, a way superior team, like, usually wins, like, majority of the times in any other sport, compared to, like, in soccer, where, like a way less superior team has a chance of beating like any other team, or pulling a draw out. You know what I mean? So
I hear you.
I don't know. I feel like if I was Ireland, I'd be like, I'm not playing for it to be appealing to you. I'm trying to win. So tough.
Right. So
like,
I was gonna ask you the same question I asked Juan. Did you have any?
Absolutely.
Any, like, time?
It's my favorite shit ever.
Brandon doesn't even play soccer, just
pissing
waste
off
time.
forward, bro. Not even wasting time. I just like pissing off the forward. Like, anything you could do to piss off the forward, like, anything at all, I would do it. I wouldn't start it, but, like, we start talking crazy, now I'm elbowing you a little bit, elbow in the back, or, like, if you tackle them, you put a little bit more on it just so they fit. Like, it's unnecessary. You just put a little bit more on it, you know what I'm saying, just to know, like, we can do this all day, bro. Like, it's up to you.
I don't know. I feel like if I was a center back, the first thing I would do is just lay the forward out as quickly as I can. Because in the beginning of the game, they're not going to give you a yellow card.
I used to step on your foot.
Center backs that did that to me.
I used to step on your foot.
That's what I used to do.
I would always know, like, okay.
I only wore Mercury.
Let me be careful. No, I'm
They were
not
playing.
scared.
Nah, they were scared.
A little bit.
They were. They would make sure. Oh, he's there. I'm on the other side.
Nah, for real, you got to let them. Yo, bro.
That's fair.
Every dad will tell you, let him know you're there. Start the game, let him know you're there, bro. I will step on your foot just to let you know. Ref, he stepped in the back of my ankle. My G, it's the 3rd minute. You think about to call that? Just know all game.
Yeah. My coach used to tell me to grab players in the box on corner kicks because he knew that they weren't going to call that. Like in the lower division, like that's just starting to be a thing. Yeah.
But
since VAR started, they actually started calling that. When did you ever, when you were younger, before VAR, when did you ever see a PK called for somebody grabbing somebody in the box?
None of those refs had the balls to call
or
that.
a foul or anything.
None of those refs had the balls to call.
That's why
bro, I used to literally defend in corners like this. Like you're in front of me, and I was just like
just
and now, now you where I want you to be.
And that's why I
just
used
like
to
doing
stand
this the
inside
whole
box
time.
waiting for a volley.
And how many times did you get that?
I've never scored outside the box in my entire life.
And then you have the kids that are like, oh, I'm about to run through you. So they just run into your chest, and you're like, now you know I can control everything, right? Like, why would you try to be tough?
Center backs, defenders too handsy, way too handsy.
I like a good like clean battle between like forward and center back. But if they any inkling of you talking shit or you getting a little crazy with the fouls or whatever, now I'm on that level and I like that shit. I'm not gonna start it, but I like that shit a lot. That's my bag. We want to like play like get it a little chippy. I like that shit. When they're like, ref, get a control of the game. I like where the game is at that point. I like that. What's going on there? I like that. Because that's the point before it gets ugly and it's just a fight. And it's still like we're competitive and we're getting tight. So we're playing like the passes are crisper and the runs are, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like that shit. Right before it gets ugly. I don't like when it gets ugly and it's just like a fight between two teams. That shit is corny. But when two teams get pissed off enough to raise the level just a little bit more, I like that shit a lot.
The only thing that I used to be guilty of is like for time wasting, like youth soccer, there wouldn't be like, there's not ball boys or anything. So there's a lot of times I would just like punt the ball like
that's
10
corny.
fields over.
I hate that.
Just to like waste it.
Yeah. You didn't get a yellow card for that? Like, was it like blatant or was it like before
No,
the
it
play
was never
ended?
like I would turn to and just launch it.
Yeah, because I've
But it'd
seen
be
that.
Like, if the ball's kind of bouncing, it's just that shit's out of here.
I think I set the world record for like hitting the ball in the woods the most amount of times in a game. If there's a record for that, I think I got it.
I remember the other coach actually like being like, "Yo, like these balls are expensive." Our coach.
That reminds me of one game. So there's this field in Queens. It's in all right, so there's a field in Queens. I forgot where it is, but it's like if you're driving on the belt.
The St. John's Field?
No. If you're driving on the Belt Parkway, I've kicked it off that route before. But if you're driving on the Belt Parkway, you pass it on the right. I think it's around like exit 16 or 17 before Cross Bay Boulevard, right? It's just a tall fence and the highway, right? We're driving to the game. My coach is like, "Yo, guys, I just bought these Champions League balls. Do not kick them over the gate. I know how y'all give it up. Do not kick it over.
We know
the
your
gate.
aim a little iffy.
Bro, I don't even think he was worried about us winning the game as much as he was worried about us not kicking the balls away. Right? 15 minutes in, the ball bounces or whatever. I'm running it down, and I get a clearance, and I just boot that shit. And it bounces once, right over the fence. Lands right in the middle of the highway. Bro,
And then all I hear is boom.
he was just like, Brandon, what the fuck did I tell you? Yo, he was livid. Bro, I never see him that mad at me for something that was like an actual good play, bro. Like it was a breakaway. Like I stopped him. He was tight, bro. And the team was. I think he was mad because we was all crying. Like we all stopped and just started laughing hard, bro. We was dying. Like you gotta imagine, like all you're worried about is that ball, and 11 little kids just crying, laughing that we really kicked that shit over. I don't know how he dealt with us, bro. I'm not gonna. There's a lot of times. I know he wasn't like that. I told you we didn't get real practices. That was the coach that didn't give us real practices. So what? I think punishment would have been an extra lap when you start class, when you start practice. Or we did what's that shit?
Suicide?
Yeah, suicides. That was his little bag, but I think it was about 5 or 10 at most. My high school coach was crazy. We did P90X when we got in trouble. Like he like had the tapes and did it actively, and then he was just like, "Y'all know y'all doing P90X on Monday, right?" I remember one time we had a muddy field and it rained or whatever. He made the captain do push-ups in the mud, like with the muddy water. He's like, "Your chest or your nose got to touch. I don't care which one, but one of them got touched." I was like, "Yo, are we in the army, dog?" That was the wildest coach I ever had. Mind you, this is a Christian school. Like, it was some wild shit.
God forgives, but I don't.
Hey, we were the Crusaders, so we weren't so clean. You know the history there. But back to the topics of the podcast. Yeah, we are way left field right now.
Anyway,
my side. See the all red today. We're getting smoked by Newcastle
Manchester's
right now.
blue.
Yo, pissing me off, guy. Fucking, but the Qataris were in Manchester. Oh God, we missed a pod, so I don't even know. I think it was like 2 Mondays ago, maybe. But they had a group there, touring, going whatever, and then I think 2 days later they made a formal, or they were supposed to make a formal bid. But what's worrying me is like they're saying now, like, yo, we're not playing this game. Like, this is the last bid. Like, you take it, you leave it. Is what I've heard.
So
about
is that something you're welcoming? Is that something?
Absolutely, I would love for them to buy the club. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And in what would you expect them to change? Is it you think they're not spending enough money on transfers?
Well, start off not paying yourself the most dividends from the club than anybody else in the Premier League, like the Glazers do. That's first. I'll be happy there. Secondly, upgrade the stadium.
Well, isn't Manchester United the most profitable?
I'm talking percentage wise. They pay themselves the most.
Well, I mean, if they're making the most for the club, do you think
they're treating the club like a bank though? Like they take out loans against this shit. They don't care about the club. Like, yeah, that's what they treat it like. They just treat it like they're running another business, which I don't like. I want you to give a damn about the club. Qatar seems to care. Jim Ratcliffe seems to care. I want someone that likes the club, that gives a damn about the club.
Okay.
So you don't want just some random.
I don't want a businessman. I want someone that loves United and happens to have billions of dollars.
That's gonna be hard to find.
Yeah. I know. I'm not saying it's gonna be. We're gonna find it tomorrow. I'm just.
We also
that's what I would love.
Valencia, some billionaire came in there. There goes Valencia.
Yeah, I mean, I got 5 on it, but I don't think they want my bid. You know what I'm saying? I got 5 on it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I haven't been following it closely enough, but it's been interesting to me how upset the United fans have been with ownership. Because they've definitely been putting it into players. I think United's probably spent close to the most in the Premier League.
But it's not been the right players.
5 years.
Everything we hear is like, they clearly don't know what they're doing. Like, you hear Ali say, like, oh, yeah, I wanted Haaland and Bellingham in the same transfer, and then they told me no because they won't sell shirts. Like, stuff like that is going to piss off the fans. You not giving a damn about the club is going to piss off the fans. The fact that there's protests at everything where it says Glazers, you don't even address it. You just act like it's not happening.
You ask for Pog back. You got Pog back. You ask for a center forward. You got Lukaku. You want a winger. You get Anthony for $95 million.
That's a good purchase? Like, what are you talking about?
At the time,
you spend $95 on
and Sancho
no goals
too
in his last 11 appearances. Okay. Then we buy Sancho, and he's literally done nothing at all since he's been there.
But at the time, did not everyone think Sancho would be a good idea? Is that not something?
Yeah, and then we waited 5 games. It was like, it's not going to work out. And then it never worked out. So we wasn't bugging. We weren't premature on that. What decisions have they made that other than Ten Hag?
At the time,
were good choices.
When y'all wanted these big players and you were phasing out the team.
Listen, bro.
I mean, when you were watching Sancho at Dortmund, right? When you're watching Sancho at Dortmund, right?
That's not the Sancho we got.
Of course. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about when you got these players, you were like, all right, this player can be the
Manchester
one.
United.
Look, that's fine. Where did we finish the season we bought him? Y'all acting like they spent all this money and we was winning Premier Leagues. We was doing well. We looked like shit for the last 10 years. Like, not decent. We look like shit. So you're spending money to look like shit? I'm supposed to be happy that you spent money for me to look like shit. I'm supposed to be happy about that. Is that what you're telling me right now?
I'm saying you're supposed to be happy
At the effort,
ownership
fuck
is
your effort.
willing to spend that money,
Bro, you're
on
wilding.
big
This I feel
players.
bro, you're
If
tweaking.
you look at Liverpool right now, one of their biggest problems is they don't exactly have the funds.
Being willing to spend money and spending it wrong is just as bad as not spending it. It might be worse because now we in the red and we don't got shit to show for it. Why am I supposed to be happy at your bad purchases? You clearly know what the fuck you doing.
All right, I mean, so just don't ask for the big players then. Don't ask for the big
There's
players.
always a risk to it.
Do you know what
That's
club
the
this
big
is?
players.
I feel like because you're a Tottenham
Like,
fan, you
look
don't
at-
understand. Do you know what caliber club this is? Don't ask for the big players. Who the fuck else are we supposed to ask for?
You got them, and now you're complaining. You got them, bro. That's what
Okay,
I'm
you
saying.
brought them in and you didn't have a coach that could capitalize. You didn't have a plan. Like, they're not playing well, bottom line. You can, if you buy Messi, Ronaldo, and Neymar, and them they come fucking last and they get relegated, is that a good purchase?
Messi's always a good purchase.
If you get relegated, he's a good purchase. Be dead ass.
Messi can't get relegated. It's
Be.
Messi.
I'm giving you a hypothetical. You bought those 3 players and you get relegated. Is that a good purchase?
I guess technically not.
All right. So
You
what
never-
would you be happy
never
if
know
you? Let's
how
say you're a
the
United
purchase will
fan.
turn
What
out.
would make you happy?
That's what I'm saying.
In the last 10 years, as a United fan, what would make you happy? Like, man, I'm happy this happened.
Okay,
Like, as a
so
United fan.
As a United
As a
fan.
United fan.
As a United
Rashford
fan.
is a
Somebody
good
that's
thing.
used to winning.
As a
Keep that in
United
mind
fan,
because I know you're not used to that.
As a United fan, right? Taking emotion out of it. We come from a club that's winning historically, right? Over the last 30 years, whatever, most successful English club. Give them that. So we come from winning. You know, after that manager, leader left, we were having a couple of road bumps. So I understand United
Road
going-
bumps. 8th, 9th, 10th in the league, 6th in the league.
But this is natural progression of soccer. There's waves and troughs. I understand. That's the thing. United fans are so spoiled. They're so spoiled. They're so used to winning.
What do you play
that
soccer
they
to do?
find it like incredible.
What's
that
the
they
goal
could,
of
like,
soccer? When
not
you start the
win
game,
one year.
when you
know?
when you start the game,
All
0, right?
All 20 teams
What's the
in the
point?
Premier
To
League,
win,
their
right?
goal is to win the league.
So
Brandon.
what's the
You
problem
can't win it
of
every
expecting
year.
winning?
Okay, so what I'm saying
We
is
expect to win.
you expect to win.
What's the problem
So
with
what
that?
you do? You went.
I'm supposed to
got
just be cool with
some of
mediocrity?
The most winningest managers of this current generation.
Our
said
first
we wanna
replacement was David Moyes.
Okay, I'm talking after David Moyes.
You didn't say that. Don't make the caveat after that. Say,
Okay,
come
all right.
on.
When I said
The
speed
most
bumps,
winningest
okay,
coaches. Our
fair enough.
first one
When
after
I said-
Alex
when
Ferguson
I said-
was David Moyes, who brought in Fellaini.
Moyes.
Who brought in Fellaini.
Listen,
Fellaini.
listen.
Who was on crack? No, I'm playing.
Okay, so when I talked about speed,
That explains
I
hair.
was talking about Moyes.
Yeah.
I was talking about Moyes. I was talking about was it Carrick or Giggs who replaced him for like a couple of days.
Carrick.
I was talking about that whole thing. So you're United. You're thinking, all right, we need to
Ooh,
win.
Calistri.
We win. So you're thinking, all right, let's bring in Van Hall, a proven winner. He's won all over the place. That's not a bad idea, in my opinion.
It was decent.
Retrospectively, at the time, it's not a bad idea.
It was cool. I
So
didn't
when he
hate it.
tells
I didn't hate
you-
it at the time.
when
I
he's
didn't hate it.
won, and he tells you, I want this player, that player, and then bringing it in, it seems like a good
He
idea.
didn't get everybody he
That
wanted.
doesn't work out. Okay,
He didn't get everybody he wanted.
everybody.
Also, can I just
That's
make a
fair.
caveat real quick before you
What
go forward?
manager
Wait,
has?
real quick before you go forward.
Go ahead.
Every manager has complained about the ownership and what's going on behind the scenes at United anytime they leave.
Okay.
All of them.
All right.
Mourinho, Van Gaal told Ten Hag, yo, don't sign for this club. You're bugging. Like, let me tell you everything that happened there. They're trash over. Like, they all complain about the ownership and the management when they leave. All of them. They've not had a good thing
including
to say.
Ronaldo.
This
Including Ali,
So that's what
a club legend that loves the club, still had an issue with them. You can't tell me the Glazers are good owners.
The one thing I will say, maybe an issue with the ownership was of the managers they were picking, where they try to turn United into like let's buy, because United was famous for bringing academy players through, and Ferguson was famous for making players better.
Yep.
Like he made Darren Gibson.
We should
Tom
not have won in
Cleverley,
2013.
Lingard.
Tom
made these
Cleverley.
players-
Remember Wes Brown?
Oh, Wes. Worldwide Wes? Can't forget Wes. That's what I'm saying. He made them better. So bringing in these
That's a
managers
coach.
who don't do that. Mourinho's Mr. When I get here, I need at least $500 million to get the team.
And I'm gonna
I
pick
think
somebody and
will
ruin
win
his
the
career.
league. Yeah, that's true. He always finds one.
Yeah,
or
I'm
two.
gonna just get one of you and just ruin that shit. Never gonna play again.
So that's maybe bringing the wrong leadership into place, I could see being the issue with United.
But what I don't like is that they bring in who they think is the right manager and then don't give him everything he wants. They all have a complaint like, yeah, they let me buy so-and-so, but I really wanted these two players. And they said, nah.
I mean, there's players at United make some of them better. That's why I'll give Ten Hag.
What coaches in the world right now make players better? There's not like
Arteta at Arsenal. He turned Xhaka into.
Klopp does though. Klopp does. Klopp does. That was our friend Chris.
Liverpool.
He'll be here next week. He's a scouser, so we're gonna have some real good debates this summer.
I think Xavi has improved a lot of the Barcelona players.
I agree with that.
I
don't know about
Zidane.
You don't know about Pep? What
I think he's always had like really good players.
What he did
Sterling's good.
Sterling has over 100 goals for Manchester City, bro.
Have you seen all the ones he's missed? He could have like 300, bro.
All right, but
he's a product of like, dog. Oh, blind squirrel got to find him at some point. That's how them 100.
I don't know. I've seen a couple of players struggle after Pep. Sane.
I think maybe his system lends itself to players playing well, but he's always had like a stacked team just full of like great players. Like I don't think he's ever had like, damn, that was what he did with that team is crazy. Like I didn't see that happening. I don't think like he's that coach. I haven't seen it. I don't know if he is that coach, but I haven't seen that from him.
But I think he's definitely improved a lot of players. But
I don't think it's fair to say he's not that coach. But I haven't seen him do something with a team that I was like, I didn't expect you to do so well. Like kudos. I just haven't seen it. But I'm not saying he's not capable of it.
Speaking of managers that I think
they should hire me.
Players. No, okay. Antonio Conte is now out.
Get him out of here.
Spurs.
Get him out of here.
I think most Spurs fans would probably say a couple months too late. But who do you think should replace him? Or how do you think this really affects Spurs going forward?
I mean, we did our what would fix Spurs debate.
We did.
And I still don't know.
I don't know if there's a manager out there that's really gonna.
They got to start with not being okay coming 4th, 5th, 6th.
Like right now, they just have an interim manager.
Like that has to be like
I think it's
unacceptable.
Conte's assistant is still in charge of everything.
I think top 4 has to be like mandatory minimum, just to be like a new rule. Like drive yourselves towards something.
I don't know. I think this is.
I think they were on that path with Pochettino and taking a couple steps back.
But yeah, if they can get back to that.
I think this is Kane's way out to United in the summer.
Yeah, you think this changes that?
Oh, you think he's out of there?
He's had enough at this point?
Yeah. It's kind of like Dame Lillard at Portland.
I was just going to say that. I'm not trying to rebuild again. God damn it.
Damian Lillard literally said, he's like, I love Portland, but like I don't really know like how much longer I can deal with this before I try to actually compete for a championship. So I mean, Kane, I'm sure he wants that trophy, and I'm sure he wants to keep that top center forward position on England. So he has to. I mean, think about it right now. Kane is having one of the best seasons he's had his whole career. I don't know exactly how many goals he has, but he has a lot in the Prem this year, and like nobody's talking about it because Haaland has like 35 goals already. Like if you look, hold on,
that's why.
But I will give Kane that even though Tottenham's been a lot of managers, his scoring has never slowed down.
Which is why I think he should leave. He has more ambition than the club. His play has never wavered. Mediocre as Tottenham has been, great as Tottenham has been, ass as Tottenham has been. And he's just there, wasting away.
And if they sell him at this point, I think it'd be like
the longer you wait, the less you get.
Beneficial, yeah. Like Tottenham,
he's only getting older.
You can bring in a new manager in the summer, still rebuild, spend that money to rebuild on a few pieces, and move forward.
I think they need to rebuild. I do. Don't curse at me. No. Oh yeah, for Thomas. Yeah. Ooh, how do we feel about Tuchel over there?
He just won his first game. New manager wins.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That is another example of
I know Chelsea wish they could spin the block.
The Bundesliga.
Really?
They just go and just.
Dortmund is supposed to be Bayern's biggest rival, biggest competitor, right? Mm-hmm. And their former manager is now coaching. That's like if.
I mean, but their players, you know how their
the
players
next United job. You know, it's like
no, we can't do
what
that.
Is that?
Yeah, I wouldn't even want that. We can't do that.
at some point, Ferguson was like, all right, well, why don't I give this Liverpool, after
that would break
a few
my
years
heart.
off. It's like, I don't know. I think the Bundesliga is, it's never as competitive as it could or should be. Just speaking to...
I think that all that player movement when we were younger, it's a rivalry because they're the two teams that matter, but they have way too much camaraderie.
An unfair conversation we were having earlier is, if you look at the matches between Dortmund and Bayern, the last 20, it's like, Bayern's probably won like 80% of them now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the better club.
And it's like not even close. It's like 5-2, 4-2.
They try to build it up as this big
I saw a couple.
What other game do you build up?
6-1, 6-0.
You gotta
I'm
remember
like,
what they're dealing with.
these games aren't even close.
Come on, bro.
Like
I think they just work it with what they have. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, this is our Classico. Sure, our players come to Dortmund and then hope to get sold to Bayern. But such is life.
That's what I'm saying. And I think that was a good model that benefited the
Bayern?
national team. No.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yes, of course, Bayern. But the national team, but at this point, it's killing that league. And I would love to see like an NBA commissioner type move of like blocking the next time a big player from Dortmund tries to... Like, you remember Chris Paul was
specifically
told he can't go to
Dortmund Bayern though.
Dortmund to Bayern. If your second biggest competitor, you could pick them off. You're not even like you're putting yourself up. You're like bringing them down.
I mean, they could also just not sell. Like Bayern has been good. I mean, Borussia Dortmund's been really good, and then sold players they didn't have to. Like they're not like being stuck up, in the middle of the night, like strong arming them for players. Like,
think of this league. If Bayern without Lewandowski, Hummels, Götze.
I don't know if the league wants Bayern to not be as good as they've been.
Think of how much more competitive, how many different winners we could have had over the past couple of years.
Name 5 German teams that aren't Wolfsburg, Bayern, and Borussia Dortmund.
Schalke, Union Berlin.
Are you Nick? You're not Nick.
Yeah, Leverkusen.
Trying to prove a point here. They just they don't have too much to work with. Like I don't feel like the league is like Bayern winning all the time is bad for the league. They're always in Champions League. They're always making they at least people pay attention to the league. Like if I'm the commissioner of the Bundesliga, I'm not pressed over that shit.
I think it's cool. Like they have great fan bases over there because they have the rule of like 50% of each club has to be owned by.
Yeah, I like that.
The fans.
I do like that.
Really cool.
And their fans they have great
I think
fans.
It would give the fans so much more if their team actually had a possibility.
Can't compete
to win. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It takes away from like Italy is cool now, even though I don't watch as much Serie A as I probably should. But now that Juventus is not the number one, there's been Inter, AC Milan, Napoli is probably going to win this year.
Yeah.
That brings excitement to the league.
How many Bundesligas in a row has Bayern won?
I think
317.
9 or 10? 12?
Basically the Harlem Globetrotters at this point.
It's the Globetrotters. What's the other team that the Globetrotters play all the time? The Generals. That's what this is, bro. Why are we treating this like a league? It's like France. Come on.
My question is, why did Bayern buy João Cancelo? Just so nobody else could get him? Or like, why did they like?
That's a good question.
Not buy him, but like he's loaned out there. But why did Bayern like?
I'm gonna link my Bayern contact and get back to you next week. Bro. I got a guy in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I look like German,
Like, is it just so nobody else?
No, yeah, but not that. That's a good question. Like, for real. Like what are you buying?
Like, João Cancelo's in the market, but, like, I don't want to play against him. So let me just scoop him up and, like, put him on the bench. Because, like, I'm sure João Cancelo came out. He wasn't happy with the manager at Bayern. I mean, he seems like he's having problems. He had problems with Pep, and now he wasn't happy with the old manager at Bayern. And now Tuchel, in the last game, he didn't start. He started Pavard, and he started Alphonso Davies.
I mean, I would start Alphonso too.
At least
So, in my eyes, I think João Cancelo is the best right back in the world.
Well,
really?
Maybe he'll be at Madrid.
And he's not even playing?
I heard Reece James might. slither his way over there. But that's a take.
Well, luckily for Zhao,
That's a take.
He's only on loan.
It's
at
not a
Bayern.
crazy take.
Their buy option is $70 million. And knowing Bayern,
They're not gonna buy.
yeah.
We all knew that was gonna happen before they even agreed to that.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where he goes. I don't see why he can't like repair his relationship with Pep, but I don't know what really went down.
Yeah, true. You never know.
There'll be a market for him, of course. He's, like you said, arguably the best right back in the world. Whatever. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see where he bounces.
I mean, this could just be like a down. Maybe he's just not performing at the level he was at one point when I was seeing him on play, like when he actually got consistent minutes. Because in the World Cup, the lot also started games over him too.
Yeah.
So like maybe when two managers are in agreement with not playing him,
Well, that's
and
three
I don't
now.
even consider Dalot like
That's 3.
top 10 in the world, so maybe top 10, maybe.
Yeah, maybe top 10. I was gonna say maybe
He'll
top 10.
sneak-
His
he
form's
probably-
been good though.
he could
Dalot's
sneak in there, yeah.
He's been
Yeah,
playing
Delot's
well.
not a bad player. I don't mind him at all.
If there's 10, he's probably 10th, but yeah.
That's fair.
I'm not gonna name all the right backs.
I just want to make
Is Trent up there? Top 10?
Trent got to learn how to play right.
Maybe
Right.
last
In the
year, the year
corner.
before that, right?
Why don't they just make him a right midfielder? The fuck they keep putting him in the back for? Something. Not defense, though. Yo, we should just do a Chris's Corner for Liverpool. For real, just like a 30-minute Liverpool joint.
segment.
Yeah. I want to shout out Newcastle. During this podcast, I've been pre-ing this game. I'm not going to lie to you. They outplayed Manchester United, like, from top to bottom. This team is a problem. They still have not spent all that money yet. They're just
All
good.
the money's just
It's just sitting there, bro. They're going to be a problem.
They only bought Isak. That's it.
Bro, if they buy Santi, they buy Santi.
Santi.
It's over. They spin the block for a club legend, bro. Over under on how many years it takes Newcastle to win the league? Under 5? I was gonna go over 5. Over under 5.
I'm saying right around 5.
Right at 5. I was thinking like
Before
6 or
the
7.
When they're really challenging, I could see around 3 years when they're really
3,
challenging.
4.
If they
What do you
spend
think?
this money the right way.
Newcastle,
Bro, they
challenging-
look good
challenging
with.
for a prem,
Yeah.
I mean, winning that shit. Like,
winning.
yeah. Over under.
I mean, I'm curious to see who wants to go to Newcastle at this point.
But they're good now.
You have Champions League soccer in the mix.
You know what I'm saying?
They
Which
go
they
anywhere,
most
right?
likely will. They just went ahead of us in points. They're
Surprisingly, they do have
third.
history, you know what I mean?
They're
It's
third
not
in the
like they're
league.
just some
Yeah,
random
they're not
guy.
nobody. Like
They
you
do
could
have
come back
history,
and you can
yeah.
market that like, yo, you can bring us back to where we were and
a
be the
top
guy.
four-
Like you can.
a top 4 finish. I think this summer they go crazy.
Newcastle has 50 points with us right now. 50 points tied with United right now after this game. 50 and 50. And City has 64 and Arsenal has 72.
I'm just curious. I'm just curious to know like what talent
Last time Arsenal won the league,
they
FIFA
land
looked
there.
crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, do we see Eden Hazard end up? No, obviously not.
Damn.
But it is cool to see them building the right way.
I
Not
love
just-
it.
let's
I
just
really do
spend
like
money
that.
On stars. It's
Like they
piece by
play
piece, step by step.
well.
It's a real project they have. So,
and the fans are invested, boy. I like it.
Was this Trippier's first year? It was, right?
second,
Second, right?
Good signing. Good signing from LA.
That's the thing. They've
Yeah.
just made good
He didn't
signings.
have-
They play
I mean,
good
Atletico,
football. They have a
he didn't
good
do bad,
coach.
He
but-
won the league there. He
Yeah.
did great there. Probably, I think he was like the second Englishman to win the Spanish La Liga. So.
I hate to say it. I really do expect good things from them in the future coming up.
As a United fan, you nervous? Or are you just
Not
waiting
nervous.
for that
There's always
guitar
gonna be
money too? Are you just next in line?
Check the hit.
Hey, if I get oil money, if you give Ten Hag oil money, it might be a problem.
Who are you signing though?
The entire Dutch national team.
No, the thing is like, what players are you buying?
I don't know. Whoever Ten Hag wants, I trust him fully.
He's coming back for Frankie.
I think he does want to spin the block for Frank, but
Where's Donny Van de Beek?
Wait, why would Frankie leave?
I
when,
really like Donny Van de Beek too. He
Barcelona's-
doesn't play enough.
No, he's
at
finally
that
playing for
Barcelona was at that point where
Frankie's
it's
not-
like, all right, they're about to like be a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Unless-
Like,
Yeah, but yo, I'm Dutch, bro. Come on.
they already went through that like rebuilding process, and they're like at that point where like, all right, next year this guy they might actually be a problem.
But yo,
The
we
year
could be
after
Dutch
that.
together in England. Come on.
Why go to England when we can be in Barcelona in nice weather?
Cause, bro,
Sunny Spain,
we Dutch.
And play with Messi.
Does the Netherlands have nice weather? Come to England. You used to shitty weather. Come on. Trying to bring you home, make you comfortable, baby. Like, what are you doing? In Spain, man, hot. He's getting sunburned all the time. Come on. You don't want to go to Mallorca.
If anything, Frankie has shown how much he wants to stay at Barcelona.
Yeah, he has.
I don't think he's going.
He's not going anywhere. Shout out Joe
wanted
Linton.
to give a special mention to one of my favorite players coming up, Mesut Ozil.
Yeah, man.
34 years old. So
Hell of a career, man.
Solid career. Madrid legend.
Brought Arsenal back.
Is he a Madrid legend?
I think so.
Yeah, actually, I should be asking you. Is he?
He didn't win the Champions League, just the league.
Yeah, I don't know. If he won.
Oh, I think he left right before,
Right before that
Before they
little
won
5
that
clip.
run, right?
That little run.
Yeah.
Better without him.
Damn.
No, he was always one of my favorite.
Yeah.
faves.
Wait. That's a good question, though. Do you give him legend for Madrid, though?
Considering how many midfielders Madrid has,
That's
that
the
are
thing. You guys are
legends,
known for midfield.
Probably
so
not,
like,
honestly.
I don't think he makes the list.
Considering that the last
Cult
three,
hero. That's what he's getting. Cult hero.
considering that
Yeah, he's like the soul.
I would
playing the players.
easily choose Modric, Kroos, or Casemiro over him, then yeah, like probably not. But I mean,
sure.
obviously, if you play for Madrid, you're a world class player, and I'm happy for Odegaard because I was really big on Odegaard when he was there at Madrid.
I was big when he was 16.
I think that was like
I was like, this is the guy.
a good move for him to go to Arsenal. I'd love to see him thriving there.
And he's actually playing well.
Beautiful assist yesterday
Playing more than well.
to Xhaka.
Bro, it's
That
going to be
was a
so
really
weird to
good
see
goal.
them win the
You'll
league.
probably see him back at Madrid.
That's going to be weird for me.
I don't know. There's room for him.
He's only 23.
If we get Jude, is there really room for him?
Man, like Jude, bruv.
We got Tchouaméni, we got Camavinga. We got Camavinga.
If I got
playing
Jude, I'm not going
left
after
back
him.
right now.
This man does it all.
Unlike some people.
Like imagine like they were just like, nah, you're not midfield no more. You playing left back.
I wanted to ask
That happened to my friend. My friend grew up playing center mid, and he plays right back for Red Bull.
Yeah, that happened to one of my friends. Oh, this kid I played in high school too as well.
When I found that out, I'm like, did they know he played midfield? Like,
He was like center forward, and then he went and played left back. Who was the coach at Miami FC?
Alessandro Nesta.
Alessandro Nesta converted to a left back.
Alessandro.
But I want to ask you guys a question about Ozil. You kind of mentioned
Mesut.
earlier when you were talking about some players. But do you think, like, seeing players that you grew up with and retire will kind of change the way you watch soccer and enjoy?
Yep.
In what sense?
I don't look up to players anymore.
Right, because they're younger than you.
Yeah.
basically.
And I'm not trying to dream about playing
Yeah,
soccer.
you're
So
not.
it's like, I want to be like him. Like, it's just a different way of watching it. It's not like a lack of, it's not going to, like, diminish the passion for the game. It's just different.
Right.
Like me, just like the question I was asking, like, oh, these guys as big? I wouldn't have that question if I was 13. I'd know who the guy is. I'd have my guy. What do you think?
For me, it's interesting because I know you guys love to clown on, like, oh, this week I'm this fan, this week I'm this fan.
I mean,
But, like,
you have not worn the same jersey 2 weeks in a row, baby. We don't know who you
'cause the
support.
thing for me is, like, I don't have a team. For me, coming up, it was, like, certain players
I don't
made
have
me
no
love
type.
soccer more than, like, certain teams. So, for you, it's like, oh, Manchester United, I'll always support.
Well,
But for me,
it's
I
like
was supporting
that was
like
handed
certain-
down to me though.
Okay. Yeah,
That was like, hey,
genetically.
this is what soccer is. By the way, the best team that does this new thing I'm introducing you to is this one, and this is the one you're gonna like. So I didn't really have a choice.
You have no choice.
No. I'm glad though. I love the team. I don't know, like, would I have liked it more if my dad? Like, my dad's a huge Arsenal fan. Like, if he was like more like Arsenal, like, would I have been like an Adebayor guy? Like, I don't know. I really don't know.
Adebayor.
Yo, I have friends that swear by that guy. Yo, I just actually saw an Adebayor like compilation little clip of his time at Madrid. When you clip it up, it look good.
That's
When you-
anybody though.
When you
James
clip it up,
Rodriguez
that shit looks
good.
great. Oh damn, you remember James, bro?
Yeah.
That World Cup, man. We
That was
talked about
like
that
one of
earlier.
Madrid's failed. That's one thing that I give credit to, and I wanted to mention before when you were talking about like, oh, United buys players and like buying bad players and spending money is just as good as like not having money. Or it's basically the same thing. like I gotta give credit to Madrid. They have like any signings that they've made, whether it's like $30 million or $100 million,
They spend money efficiently.
they basically all worked out besides like Hesse and James.
Hazard.
Well, Hesse came from the academy and Hazard.
Academy.
No, but I mean 3 of a whole leap.
And
Like
I would say
they
Kaká
work
didn't
out.
really work out, but
Who?
yeah, since
Who?
Kaká.
Okay. Really?
Nah, he didn't work out at Madrid.
I liked Siemens Kaká. Maybe because I was young and everything he did just looked good
That's
to
how
me.
you know he wasn't Siemens.
What was it?
He was Win. BWI.
When?
That's why I'm so
when,
curious
when.
to see like Endrick play because
Damn, I gotta
Madrid
go back and
has
look at
good
highlights. He wasn't
has
great.
good signings for especially with Brazilian players. Like look at Vinicius, look at Rodrigo, like
Whoever your scouts are and whoever your money people are,
Militao too.
very good.
So like
Barca could use some of your like financial just prowess, and then we could use your discernment
Scouting.
in choosing players
I'll
to spend
give
money on.
Madrid credit since 2010, they've been real tight with it.
Yeah,
Before
very very
then,
good
like,
signings.
there's definitely a lot more hit or misses, but
Ronaldo came in what 09?
09, yeah.
09. Apart from like, yeah, I'd say Madrid and for a while Liverpool wasn't missing on signings, but the longevity Madrid has done it, like it's definitely
Yeah,
been the
Liverpool
best
had
I've
some
seen.
good pickups until like. What would you give their like? What was their span of like? Damn, these is all great signings.
Klopp's era,
Right? Like his like
it
that
made
like,
them seem
Yeah.
like they
5
had
or so
more
years,
money than
like-
they had because they were just hitting on all their signings.
was it like 5 to 8 years then? 5 or so?
Yeah,
5 to 8
but-
years maybe.
Klopp's been there 7 years now.
7 years. Okay, so about like right around 5 years, 5 6 years. They've been doing that pretty
Yeah,
well
Madrid
because of like that
just-
Suarez signing.
Through that span and different managers as well. Like,
Yeah,
really
even
hit or
managers
miss.
they haven't been too hit or miss.
Yeah, I want Zidane back, you know.
When Ancelotti gets fired. For-
Again,
But he became Madrid's manager. He won like 3 champions in a row, and then just like left, and then came back and won another
did it
one.
again.
That's kind of
I'm
crazy.
not gonna lie, you couldn't tell me nothing.
Good signing.
Huh?
Isco.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd say
I think
so.
he was a good signing.
definitely. Not anymore.
I think even Asensio is like a good signing. You know what I mean? Like
But the thing is, even with
he's
them,
like one of those players that I talk
they
about. Like
get-
yeah,
they
Lucas
get
Vasquez.
production
They're like
out of
those
them.
super subs that
Like,
you need
before
on your
you're like,
team.
alright.
You know?
like they get enough to where you're like, no, that was a good sign. Yeah, I
They
got
get the
2-3
job
Champions
done,
Leagues
like-
out of it. Yeah, absolutely.
They come on, do Nacho. Like, I mean, I think is he academy too?
Brendan Rodgers leaves.
I think Nacho is academy. Yeah.
Brendan Rodgers got fired. Oh no, they mutually parted ways, so his ass got fired.
And now he can't get unemployment.
Leicester.
That's definitely one of the biggest misses, though. Being a part of 11 Clásicos and not playing a single
The man has been at Madrid for
If you-
11 Clásicos.
He
and
played
never
his first
in
minutes
one.
in 204 days today for La
Bro,
Liga.
he's not a Madrid
But
player.
I have to say, if
He's
you
a
would've
trainer.
told me before that signing
That wasn't gonna
that
hit.
Madrid would win, like, they only won one since he came aboard, right?
Yeah, I think so.
But like, just be successful in 2 league signings, and he would play like no role in it. I couldn't believe you. There's no way I could believe you watching what he did for Chelsea and the Premier League.
Yeah.
To believe he'd be so ineffective in La Liga is just, I don't know, man. It's unreal. Unreal.
When he joined there, though, he was like 28, 29.
In the prime time to be,
Is that the prime though?
yes, where you have enough experience, you're physically peaking, you know, that's when players should be taking off. I mean, obviously we're starting to see a lot of players kind of peaking in their twilight, whether it's sports medicine or whatever, of like Lewandowski having his best years, mid-30s, Benzema, there you go. You know, Messi and Ronaldo still having that longevity at their big age. So,
It's crazy because Hazard. Guess how many goals Hazard scored since he's been at Madrid?
for Madrid,
Yeah, for Madrid.
In practice or like for real?
All right, we're not counting Pele's
still
goal.
under 10.
I don't know, 7?
Oh, I will give you
4?
3.
Brandon got it right. 7.
God.
Guess
bro.
how many assists?
3.
2.
11.
Oh, okay, double digits. All right, brother.
Which is like
So
They got so they got what?
$10 million per goal.
It's crazy. He's
Yo, 10 million a goal is crazy. If you start breaking down forwards prices by that, boy,
Did you ever
the
hear
market
the
gonna
story
swing back down very rapidly.
of Harry Redknapp when he was talking about? He never mentioned the player, but he said when he was trying to sign a forward in their contract, he was saying like, I want like a bonus based on goals I scored.
Nigga, it's not your job.
That was Harry Redknapp.
What the fuck?
He was like, "What do you think I'm paying you to do?"
I'm not gonna lie. What I'm about to say is crazy. Even in FIFA, if I'm signing a player and like they're a forward and they're like, "Oh, you're like, I want a bonus for goal." What? Are you crazy? I'm bringing you here to score goals. That's like me going to my job like, "Y'all want a bonus?" Why? Just the shit I be doing every day. I don't know. Like what? I don't think that's a bonus. That should be a bonus
But then
or
again,
whatever.
if you're doing your job very well and better than other people at the company, you don't think maybe you should be incentivized?
Yeah, we'll talk about that when we get there. You didn't even score a goal yet. I want if I score 10, I get 500,000 more. Oh, so you only expect to score 10?
yeah.
So if I score 25 per season,
If you say 25, I'll agree to it.
all competitions though.
No. In the league. If you have the confidence to bring me a cocky ass number, I'll sign that shit right away. Because that means you think you could do that.
But then again, nothing's funnier than Harry Redknapp talking about one of his players that did have that. And the last game of the season, the guy scored like 2 goals, so he was 2 away. So Harry Redknapp just yanked him off the field. He was like, you're done.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. That's hilarious, but I wouldn't do that. That's like didn't Drew Holiday get on the court and foul somebody so he could make $225,000 last night?
Yeah.
He literally put on a uniform, started the game, fouled them. Dapped everybody was
because he needed
I made $225K. Yeah, the amount of games. Ooh, this is not a sports podcast. It's a soccer podcast. I was about to talk about the new CBA. Once this is off, I won't talk about that with you. Pero, back to an international sport. What? Only American.
It'll be a sports podcast for a second.
There you
Only
go.
American football I've seen like certain players because the money's not guaranteed. So when their contracts incentivized for amount of receptions or whatever. So I've seen
That makes
players
more sense there.
at the end of the season just getting like shovel passes to get
Yeah.
like 4 passes to get them over the hump.
Football
So-
is different though.
Yeah, no, way
Like
different. but
they're trying
I don't know.
contracts.
Pay me for
crazy.
my goals. I'm not mad at that.
Pay
I
me
didn't
for my
score many.
goals.
So.
Wait. What if it in the
As a
contract?
winner, what would you want your incentives to be like?
What if
Yo,
in the contract it
X,
was?
Y, and Z? Like was it
I like-
knock-ons on the line?
So I don't know how it works, but XG is a statistic for goals, opportunities, right?
Yeah.
So if I create certain opportunities,
To be-
say a
Don't
certain
judge me
amount
by my
that are
assists.
over,
Judge me by
like-
my opportunities.
Because like XG is the expected goal, the like amount that if someone gets this chance, they should score. So if I'm creating like 80% opportunities,
Yeah.
and my forward just like it's rolling under his foot, you know what I mean? He
That's
misses
fair.
the ball.
hits it over the cross.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I can't pass it to myself. So if my assists are not being scored, I'm like, listen, these are buckets. 80% of the times, this should be a goal.
I agree
You know what I'm
with
saying? Like,
So,
let
I
me
gotta-
lace my pockets for the weekend.
I was about to say, look how much you paying him. You don't deserve that shit. Take it out of that. Like, listen, where you got to get it from? I'm creating these chances.
I got a question for you guys. All right, so say you're a center forward in the Premier League, right? And the coach, when I guess management, you're about to sign the contract, and management goes like, "Listen, we'll either give you 10 million, or we'll give you $1 million for every goal you score." Which one are you
We'll
taking?
give you 10 million or
or $1
$1
million
per goal
$1 million per goal,
in the league or
All
just in general?
competitions?
all competitions.
Oh,
No,
million per
no,
goal.
league.
I'm going crazy in the first round of the FA Cup.
Nah, league.
We play
Sick.
Wrexham
You're
United.
sick.
Yo,
Not all competitions. League and Champions League. If you're in Champions League, which one are you taking as a center
that
forward?
is interesting.
Do you have confidence? Like,
Because
to me,
if I get
honestly-
injured,
yeah.
I'm not eating that.
Exactly.
Year. You know, my kids, they're not going to private school.
But to me,
No, but this is sounding like
Getting that
but this is an
PS175
incentive. Like this is
Yeah.
an add-on, right?
Yeah.
So this is on top of your normal salary.
all right. Say you get.
Wait, is
all
it
right.
10 million? 10 million or
1 million per
nothing,
goal.
it's only incentive based.
All right, let's say
Just goals.
let's say they give you
Goals.
like $2 million. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, and then it's
And
goals.
then
from
it's
there?
goals.
Okay.
Like if you're center forward
it
and
has
you
to be
take the goals, that shows me as a coach and like as
That
a
tells
club
me a
itself
lot as
that,
a
like,
coach.
oh, I have confidence in myself that
I'm not gonna
score.
lie. I'd be tight if you took the 10.
But
Yeah, me too.
I wouldn't like that.
as a
interesting
manager.
part-
I don't
would
want
tell
that
you.
mindset in my forward to
but
take the
is
10.
every manager looking for a goal scoring center forward?
What?
I mean,
In
goals is the
every-
most
every-
valuable thing in soccer.
I don't want a
It's
point
true.
man to hold up the ball and wait till we get there.
not?
Like
That
that's
happens.
not the type of style I'd like to play.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. For your manager.
Yeah, me,
style,
Brandon, the
okay,
coach.
okay.
I'm talking about me.
But I'm saying, okay.
I'm not bringing the center forward to not score goals. We're not doing that.
Look at Firmino at Liverpool. His contemporary Salah and Mane scored way more goals than him in
Yeah,
their
but
career.
Firmino could
I'm not
probably
doing
get
that.
you how many goals Firmino? Probably like at least like 8 goals.
I'm not gonna lie.
10
I want the
goals.
kind of center
goals?
forward that gets pissed off when a winger has more goals than him.
I wonder how many league goals Firmino's had. Has he scored over 15 league goals at any point in his
I don't
Liverpool
think so.
career?
Definitely all comps. But
I don't think league goals though. I'm not positive, but I don't think league goals.
No, but I take that deal as a center forward. I take that deal.
I
You know,
would
it is
hate
tough if, like, you
if
get
my center
benched.
forward
I mean,
took
he
that
has
10.
8. Yeah, I mean he had 12 and 15 at one point. In 2018, he had 15, and then he had 12, 9, 9, 5, 8.
Right, so he's not making much.
9 from my
return.
center
He's
forward
not
in the
making
league isn't enough.
don't show you.
Huh? Yeah, that.
There's
Yeah.
so much that the stats don't show.
Well, all right. So then,
9
like,
isn't
what if you
enough
get
for my
like
center forward.
500K for an assist or something like that? Because like
Oh,
if
see,
you're
if he's
if you're
passing to Mane and
if
Salah,
you're
that's okay.
All right,
500K for assist. I go
because if
now
you
we're talking.
if
Now we're
you're
talking my
if
language.
you're one of those say you're one of those center forwards that does lay the ball off a lot, you should be at least getting assists.
I'm never gonna be a center forward
And
asking
what-
for an
what-
assist bonus. That's fucking crazy.
I'm asking for as many bonuses as I can get.
I'm not asking
if I
for no
touch the ball
assist
3
bonus,
times,
bro. I'm sorry.
I deserve more money.
I start to think how much that possibly affects certain situations. If you get the center forward, the personality you're talking about might say, all right, Nick's open on the wing, I can slip him in, but if I shoot this shit from 20 yards and it goes in, that's $1 million in my bank. So
Yo, if he scores that, I don't care.
if he scores that, but if he starts looking off
Yeah.
the better options, trying to find his buckets, I could see how that creates.
That could,
What
yeah,
if-
that would bother me.
Because
But
then you're gonna bench him, and then now he's really not gonna get paid, and then he might create, some issues.
I don't think I'd play that kind of center forward to give him that type of incentive though. I want you competitive with your guys, but they have to be your guys. Like, I don't ever want you to be like, I'm gonna not pass it wide open to Nick because
I need this
I
bucket.
can take a bad shot
I
and
don't know.
maybe score.
But it's interesting because they said that was Ruud van Nistelrooy. They said they would win 5-0 and he'd be in the locker room like pissed off, like punching the wall if he didn't score,
I like that.
and just be like, "Man, fuck that. That game was whack.
I like that.
Let's do better next week."
That's like Kai Rooney.
I scored 2,
I like
got
that
1
shit.
assist, but
He
we
said,
lost
yeah, we lost
4-3.
5-2, but who scored the 2? Oh, all right, don't forget that. But nah, I like goal hungry forwards. I like the ones that are just like, yeah, I could have passed it to him, but like, why am I in a position to pass it to him?
So you weren't a Berbatov fan?
I love Berbatov.
That wasn't a shoot first forward.
He wasn't. He wasn't like my ideal center forward. Like he's not what I picture as a center forward. Yeah, no.
You're more of like
My center forward is just like
Erling
I'm
Haaland.
Holland.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
goals.
That's a goal scorer.
Like just.
Center forward though.
It just my main focus is in the back of the net. I don't care how it happens, where it happens. I'm getting the ball in the back of the net. If I got to play a great ball into the box and my guy just has to run into it and just touch it, cool. If I'm slapping it from 30, 20, cool. But it needs to go in the back. That's the type of forward I like. Just goals oriented.
I hear that.
Willing to score with anything. Header, both left foot, right foot, shoulder. Just get the ball in the goal.
All right. So we talked about goal scoring, and goal scoring is very important, and it helps you get out of relegation battles. So
Shout out Jabbo, bum ass. He's talking wild shit in the group chat right now.
if you don't score goals, then you're clearly going to be battling for relegation. So
Jabbo.
right now,
And I know he don't watch this shit anyway.
before this weekend, I believe the difference between the 12th place team and the 18th place team was 4 points.
Well, right now, Leeds bum ass got 28. Everton bum ass got 28. Leicester bum ass. Oh, let me see. Actually, those are games played. wins.
Games played. I was about to say everybody got 28.
I was about to say, what the fuck? All right. Southampton has 6 wins. Leicester has 7 wins. Everton has 6 wins. Leeds has 6 wins. Bournemouth has 7 wins. Nottingham Forest has 6 wins. West Ham has 7.
But
Wolves
what are the
has 7.
points? Because you can have
And
a
Crystal
whole lot
Palace
of
has
ties.
7 points.
All right.
Starting from 12. 12th place has
12
30 points.
And 20th is 7 points right now.
Yeah. 5 points.
Can I not add?
No, yeah, 3 plus 5 is 8.
No, I said 12. 30 points for.
12th and 18th, there's a
30 points.
there's
I
a
was
there's a
28.
4-point difference
Mm-hmm.
between
Sheesh.
Everton and Crystal Palace.
Sheesh.
With like
And Chelsea just sitting.
this is what
scarily
makes the
close to
prem.
11.
This is what makes the prem like super interesting is that like there's teams battling for Champions League spots and there's teams battling for not
Safety.
getting
It's
safety.
9
You know,
teams.
so like you can watch like
trying not to get relegated.
like a Wolves West Ham game can be super entertaining because
That's the
they're-
thing. What other league is 13 and 14 a good match?
I mean, I'm pretty sure La Liga, the difference between like the 7th place team
I
and
think you're biased.
the 18th place team is like 5 points.
Oh no, yeah, La Liga's having like one of those two.
Money on the line in the Prem, though. That's what makes it even crazier.
True say.
Yeah, in terms
Because you
of
get relegated.
TV
Broke
rights.
boy
A
season.
lot of money on the line. That's
Broke
true.
boy season.
So out of those teams that are in relegation battle,
Give me your 3 picks.
yeah, who are you guys picking?
Leeds, and fucking Leeds.
At Jabo.
Tyler. No, I'm playing. Nah. Yeah, Southampton's out of here.
Yeah,
And
Southampton.
then Ivan Toney is gonna pull
But the
up.
thing is, one game puts them out of relegation.
That's so true.
That's the crazy part. It's like everybody's like, "Go, Southampton's done it." One game gets them out of
That's how I
relegation.
feel about Everton. I keep telling myself Everton is like a big club, a famous club. They still have
Mean
decent
nothing,
players.
though. Arsenal's
there.
the only one that's never been relegated. We all got
yeah,
it.
but how
Scored 23 goals.
how is Everton still where they are?
They don't have a goal scorer.
26
I mean,
goals.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I consider him a goal scorer. I think if they get relegated and he goes somewhere, he's going off. If he goes to the right club,
Talk about
goal
goals.
go to Real Madrid.
Goal scoring is like, all right, you pay 500 million
How does
for
Leicester
players.
have 39
Is 29
goals for?
goals in a league worth 500 million that Chelsea just paid for?
Dog,
Like that's the crazy part. Is like,
Leicester
how are
has
you only going to
39
score
goals
29
for it.
goals and spend that much money?
They didn't spend enough, clearly.
They didn't get a striker. They spent so much money and didn't get a center forward.
They should have never gotten rid of Tammy Abraham. That was the worst mistake
Yo,
that Chelsea has made in
real
a very,
quick.
very long time.
I've been saying that for. I'm right
There was no
there
reason
with
to get rid of Tammy Abraham. He wasn't getting when he got consistent minutes. He got buckets, and then all of a sudden
an
they
academy
just
kid, love for the club.
and who were they playing over him? Lukaku
Timo Werner, Kai Havertz,
Havertz.
and Havertz,
and then Lukaku came the following year.
and Kai Havertz can't score still, and
There's no way you
Timo's
can
already
tell
out
me
of there. He went
Tammy
back to where he
Abraham,
belongs.
If he played all those minutes, wouldn't have as many goals as them. I could understand at the time thinking, Brandon will kill me for this, but I don't think Lukaku was a bad signing at the time. Like he was in the best form of his life, in his prime. I think he was like
He does what he
27,
always
28.
does, bro.
But it was
You
100
go
million,
back to
bro.
Italy, you kill
For
it.
100
In a
million,
league that
that's
is
the going
tailored
price for
you.
a center forward who's in their prime. I mean, for a center forward not in their prime, Darwin Núñez was how much money? So
That was an unnecessary shot.
no,
He said,
obviously-
even not in
well,
their prime,
actually,
bum ass.
That's a little different.
But
'cause
they're
paying for
investing
the
in
years.
youth.
Yeah,
They're
the
investing in their
so
youth. So Darwin's
that
still
is-
only like 22, 23.
I
Like
have a
he
real
has
quick
time
question,
to
though.
prove himself. Like somebody like Lukaku, he gets signed to Chelsea at 27, 28. He has no time.
He
has
keeps
to go in
finessing
there
people, though. He
and
has all the
score
time in the
goals
world,
right
bro.
away.
What I saw
Bro.
with Chelsea with Abramovich, I always felt like he wanted his superstar striker so badly. Like I think he had a Drogba, but he wanted Shevchenko. He wanted Torres. So he brought these players while he still had Drogba
Yeah.
and Anelka around. And
Drogba
like the
was the
same
guy.
thing with Tammy Abraham. He had his Tammy, but he wanted a Timo Werner or like you know what I mean, something a little more.
Flashy.
Yeah, That's the way I
So
always
you
thought.
bringing Timo Werner if you want flashy?
Abramovich is a Louis belt kind of guy.
Straight, bro. I've never
He a Louis belt kinda guy.
seen Timo Werner do anything besides dribble straight. I'm dead ass.
Yo, Juan is crazy.
Yo, I mean, am I wrong?
Man,
Ah,
I'm not
hey,
mad at that
baby.
take.
But yo, of these relegation teams, like,
Who are you guys picking to get relegated?
bro, wait, I have Leicester has 39 goals.
I'm choosing. I think
How are they second to last?
Can't defend clearly.
Yeah, I mean they have 39 goals, 49 against,
That
but
would
you
be
can score.
heartbreaking.
Sold their center back and didn't replace him.
That was who did
Young
they
West?
get? Oh, Young West. Yeah.
Oh shit. I'm picking Leeds.
We can lead.
I'm picking Leeds. I
I
hope
Vardy
they
really don't play.
I hope
no
they
more.
come dead last. I don't hope they come like 18. I hope they come 20th.
So what happens with like Tyler Adams and
Oh, I hope they get sold
Weston
to
McKennie?
to better clubs and have a better
I would love to
career.
see
Huh?
Aronson.
He's on loan.
I would love to
I
see
just want
Aronson
them
somewhere else.
to get
I
relegated
think Aronson's got it.
because of
I
Jab
think
Home.
it's-
Aronson's gone, right? Who's picking him up? Newcastle? No. Is he good enough to be
Nah,
at
they have enough
Newcastle?
wingers.
Is he good enough? Yo, you couldn't even say that 5 years ago. Is he good enough to be at Newcastle? Yo, shout out to Newcastle on the rebuild, bro. Like, they're killing that shit. When they win the title eventually, it's going to be a hell of a story.
I mean, I hope it's not Everton that gets relegated because they're such a big club.
Yeah, that would suck for soccer.
And I
But
still
hope it
think
is
that they
Leeds, though.
put some good games together. They compete, and I think didn't they have a good game against Liverpool? I'm pretty sure they played well against Liverpool.
They played up to the occasion. Sean
Yeah.
Dyche is a escape artist, so he'll keep him up.
Yeah.
Leeds might stay up too. Leicester City is in
Hope not.
trouble.
How could Leicester
Is
not-
Nottingham Forest
How
going to
could
be able to
Leicester
stay
get
up?
relegated?
Yeah, I wouldn't like to see Leicester get relegated.
How
I
could
can't
Leicester
lie.
get relegated?
I wouldn't like
The
that.
Leicester movie is gonna be crazy. The Leicester 30 for 30.
They should just stop it at the win. Just when they won Premier League, stop, like that should be the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Ever since their owner died.
Oh, in that plane crash, helicopter crash, yeah.
Sun took over and
Damn.
not putting the money up. that
Bro,
was all they did.
yo, historically, the Suns always fuck everything up. Whether it be a kingdom or a business or what, the Sun is always just a jack.
Because the son was always just there when the
Yeah,
when the
just
father
rich,
was
privileged,
when the
didn't
father
come
was
up as
doing
hard as the
everything,
dad, doesn't
and then he's like,
understand
"Oh shit, I'm in charge."
I want you to take it over. No, Dad, I want to be my own man. And then he dies, and now you got to ruin everything.
Southampton, Leicester, Bournemouth. I think that's who goes down.
Let's go Leeds, though. Let's put Leeds in there.
All right, who'd you guys pick?
Chris,
Like,
Jabbo is pissing me off.
all
We
jokes
have to
aside-
put Leeds in it.
All jokes aside, I am actually very worried about Leeds. Something tells me
They pull it out.
Leeds?
They pulled it out in the last game of
Hey, yo.
the Prem last year.
get out of here. Leeds,
Yo,
Leeds, Bournemouth, and I'm between Nottingham Forest and Everton.
Yeah, Nottingham is out of here, bro. Who do they like? Jesse J. Lings
they
is gonna
spent a
mash up
tremendous
the
amount of
championship.
money though.
The
Jay
most
Lings is gonna
signings.
mash up the championship next year, bro. Disruptive, bro. That's my guy.
Disruptor.
My guy's mad disruptive on the
United
field, bro.
legend.
He is a United legend for me. That's
Okay.
my geyser.
He's a Premier League Hall of Famer.
He's a vibes legend. No one has had better vibes in the Premier League. Name somebody with better vibes than Jesse Lingard in the last decade.
Is that Agent P?
Exactly.
Paul Pogba?
Paul Pogba.
Better vibes than Jesse? Who hated Jesse?
I don't know.
Who hated Jesse?
Pogba brought a lot of vibes to United.
No, we didn't hate Jesse. We didn't hate Jesse. We love
No
Jesse.
trophies, but
You know,
Everybody hates Paul.
No, because
Damn haircuts.
Jesse was like
Yeah, we don't expect
punching
as much.
above his weight.
Yeah.
Like no one expected that.
And
from
Pogba
him.
was getting his ass
And
busted by the
Pogba was
lightweights.
punching down and like
And still losing.
yeah. So
This is
I guess
people's
that's what
chair.
it is. I
Jay
think
Lings is
Jesse
the people's
definitely
chair, bro.
maximized his talent, got the
Yo,
most out of
Jesse.
it.
Oh, I can't even bend this.
Can't
finger
wait to see him
do it
playing for
properly.
Miami FC in 2 years, whatever.
Yo, Jesse,
But-
you're always welcome on the pod. Bro. Don't worry about these guys, bro. Always welcome.
Premier
family.
League legends.
Nani too. Speaking of Premier League legends, you're always welcome.
Nah, it's called
Luis
Hero.
Nani.
That's called Hero.
He's
We're
a
talking
legend, bro.
about
Fuck outta here.
undisputed legends. The first two
Wayne Rooney.
managers were inducted.
Oh
Premier
yeah,
League Hall of Fame.
the clear
Over the
choice,
past
Alex
week.
Ferguson. And the only reason he ever made it in was because of Alex, Mr. Arson. Nah, I'm playing. I'm playing. Yo, all right.
Wenger.
Am I the only one as a kid that thought like Arsenal was named after him? I was stupid.
I won't comment on that.
Damn. I swear, bro. I was like 6. Like, is that his team? Like, is it like him? Like, I remember being really young thinking that shit.
Who do you guys think should be the next manager? If you're only picking one,
Mourinho, absolutely,
Mourinho, has to
without
be
question.
Moo.
The fact that he said that and not Klopp, you know damn well it's Mourinho. Carlo. I put Mourinho before him
Pep
though.
not there.
I was gonna say
I put
it's
Mourinho
between
first.
Pep and Mourinho.
I put Mourinho first.
So is Klopp.
Yeah, that's some Duke smoking.
Oh, once they retire and stuff.
Or once they at least leave the league.
So,
Gotta be Mourinho.
So how many managers get inducted? This is relatively new. How many managers getting? Because I know.
I guess as many as they want.
3 players get inducted every year. One.
Looks like 2.
I mean 2 because it was the first time they ever did it, so they probably don't want to have just one person inducted.
I mean, they might just keep it 2 every year. We don't know yet.
If it's 2, I feel like you're running out of managers.
Yeah, you're
by
right.
year
Too many
like 10.
managers. I feel like.
Or you could just
That's
be
what
like,
I'm
yo, no one was good enough to make it this year.
Roy Hodgson, someone who's been around forever.
Does being around forever
That's
make
what
you a
I
legend though?
So that's like another question. Even with the players, do you put in the player into the Premier League Hall of Fame who has the most appearances ever? Does that
No.
count? You think that's so? Gareth Barry should be in the.
I
Premier League
said
Hall
that's
of
why I
Fame?
said no. What is?
It doesn't have to be one, maybe like.
I don't think
should be a
playing a lot of
nominee.
games makes you a legend.
No,
I don't think playing a lot of games makes you a legend
no, it doesn't.
in a league.
Shows longevity at the top of your league.
Yeah, I don't know.
What if you finish 16th all those years? That doesn't mean you were the
Yeah,
top.
what if you
were
in
just
like
it.
17th place?
Yeah,
He
like,
did play for Manchester City,
Yeah.
Aston Villa. He's won a league. You know what I mean? But
Most appearances in the league. That's gotta count for something.
okay, so players wise, who do you think is who is next on the list we got here?
there's a lot, bro. There's too many to
If you're picking 3,
Tony Adams, Sol Campbell,
from the list now.
Michael Carrick, Peter
From this
Cech,
year's
Andrew
list?
Cole, Ashley Cole, Jermaine Defoe, Les Ferdinand, Rio Ferdinand.
So you're
Robbie,
asking for our
Fowler,
3 from this.
Gary Neville,
Okay.
Michael Owen, John Terry, Yaya Touré, Vidic.
I'm not even liking this list. I'm going like Aguero.
He's already
That's
in there.
mad
He's already in
recent
there.
though. Like
No, they're already.
He's already in.
Okay, good.
I'm saying Michael Owen. Only Ballon d'Or winner.
I saw a clip the other day when they asked him about going to United. He was like, "Hey, if you can't beat him, join him." That shit was nasty.
Ugh.
That was disgusting. I'll go for my 3. Yaya Toure. I'll go John Terry. I'll go Gary. I'll go Rio Ferdinand.
I'm going.
He's top 2 in that position for me, so I got to be biased
Ashley
there.
Cole,
Love Ashley too.
Rio Ferdinand, and Robin Van Persie.
Van Persie's on the list?
No.
Oh, I was like, I missed him?
I think he's already in.
Yeah, I don't.
He's already in.
A
Yeah,
lot
I'm
of
pretty
players
sure.
are already in. They put in 9 players when it first started 2 years ago.
Like Gerrard,
Like
Scholes.
right off the
Wow, I
bat.
thought they put in like 3 at a time.
Yeah.
What's the rush?
Nah, they
What's
came
the
out with
rush?
like an XI.
They should have given every player,
They
like,
came out with like 11 just
yeah,
banging
like
out
their
the window.
flowers. Let them have their moment.
We got to start drink champs for soccer.
Yeah.
Let's
so
make some noise for soccer.
Patrick Vieira, Wayne Rooney,
Woo!
Ian Wright, Peter Schmeichel,
Start that shit off right.
Paul Scholes, Didier Drogba,
Didier Drogba, thank you.
Didier Drogba,
There you go, baby. You European, you know how to give it up.
Vincent Company, and Aguero.
Vincent Company.
And then
In the first one?
that was all in the,
No,
that was
the latest year.
2022.
That was the
Oh, I was about to say Vincent Company in the
2021
first
was
one
Alan
was
Shearer,
crazy.
Henry,
Alan Shearer, I like that. Thierry.
Eric,
Whoa, Thierry wasn't in the first one?
he was. That's the
Oh,
first
so
one.
the first one. Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
He's the
Eric
greatest player in the
Cantona, Roy Keane, Beckham.
Oh, they should have
Dennis
spaced them out.
Bergkamp, and then Frank and Steven Gerrard.
This is a list of legends. They should have spread that. They
But
should have spread that first one
Where's
out.
Cristiano Ronaldo?
Not yet.
He's not.
Nah,
he's
yeah.
I
not.
mean,
He is one, but I don't think they're gonna put him yet.
he had his 2.
He
had
just left the Prem last
really
year.
good years in the Premier League,
Whoa,
and then left.
Is that good enough to get him inducted to the Premier League?
He's
Hall
a
of Fame?
Premier League
Huh?
legend, bro.
Treble that year.
He's a Prem legend.
That's what. I'm saying. I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. Yo, get this man a microphone. No, but
Oh yeah,
like his longevity in the
levels.
Premier League wasn't Like obviously he started there, but
he's not like a legend.
it was like 3. He's like technically the best player to ever play in the Premier League, but he's like
better than Thierry.
Henry is like
I was gonna say
probably
better
the
than
best
Thierry.
No, Thierry Henry's the best Premier League player ever, in my opinion. But obviously Cristiano Ronaldo is a better player.
Modern day Prem, like you're talking the Prem we know.
Like if Ronaldo
I think
never
it-
went to Madrid and just stayed in
Ah, yeah, there we go. But Thierry Henry's prime was like the Premier League of just I'm
Man.
getting the most goals, the most assists. Every
Yo,
year,
you remember
like,
watching that, like witnessing that in person? Like, damn, yo, they're nice. Like watching Patrick Vieira and Thierry Henry on a Saturday morning before soccer, like,
still
bro.
watching Pokemon, bro. No,
Oh, you was a nerd.
Nah, I didn't watch that. I was watching like the 05 Knicks.
Oh man, when did you
was
start
like-
watching soccer?
I actually started watching
College?
the Premier League
I know.
in 08-09. Cristiano Ronaldo's last year.
Oh, right when he left.
Yeah,
Oh, you missed so much hot shit from our childhood.
The first game I watched, where I was
Damn.
like,
You've
okay,
been watching though, right?
I'm tuned
Yeah,
in.
he missed some shit. I was
And
watching
I
like
watched that.
03.
The first game I watched, I was like, oh no, I like this. It's
Yeah.
Tottenham United. Tottenham was winning 2-0 at halftime, and United won 5-2. And
Yo,
that's
you
when I
remember when the Prem was like
oh, yeah.
that? Oh,
This is for me.
man, I remember.
Do you
when
remember
it
the
was
first
like that.
game you watched that kind of had you like, oh yeah, no, I like watching.
Oh
this.
no, first game.
I don't remember specifically, but I was a huge Arsenal fan, so I was always watching Henry. I mean,
So like, all right, my soccer taste is literally just my mom's. So like, she's a United fan. She made me a United fan. My pops is an Arsenal fan, but my mom loved Patrick Vieira and Thierry Henry. So I watched United. Then I watched Patrick Vieira and Thierry Henry. And then me personally, I liked Cisse, so I would watch him. And then I liked Fernando Torres a lot, and Dirk Kuyt at Liverpool.
Yeah.
So I watched them, and that was like my like, damn, the Premier League is so cool.
You
Like,
picking Torres or Suarez?
Torres.
Suarez all day.
What do you
No, complete nostalgia. I'm not saying he's a better player or he was better for
Here
Liverpool.
comes the answer from the Spanish.
Pure nostalgia. Oh,
I
my,
mean,
my answer is
I
purely
think-
nostalgia though. Like just
I
as
think
a
longevity wise, like Suarez. Come on, like he.
Better player though.
but like the
Better-
feeling that Torres. Because
I
like
mean,
remember when Suarez was there, that was when I was
The
like
thing is,
an
Torres
adult
is,
fan. I hated
the
Liverpool
thing is,
and
like,
shit. So
one thing that Torres had before his injury was like, yo, this guy was fast.
blonde Torres was an issue.
Torres and
Blonde,
Liverpool
long hair,
Torres?
bro. He's a movie.
Liverpool
I
Torres?
like that
It
player
would
a
have been
lot.
cooler if like
08, 09 season.
Yeah,
that
like-
prime just lasted a little bit longer. Well, not
Yeah.
even because like his prime started. He was playing Atletico. He was the captain when he was 19.
Yeah.
So
True,
it's like,
true. And then that's the thing. If we
Yeah.
know you for a long time, like we see ebbs and
Yeah.
flows, and we're just like, oh, you were great. You were great. Like,
He's like a bodybuilder now.
Yeah.
You don't even think he was a
yo,
soccer
the
player.
ex-footballer to gym guy pipeline is a real thing, bro. There's like 6 of my old teammates that are just jacked. Like I ran into 2. I'm like, yo, what's going on? I saw another one on Instagram. One of my like close
What kind of
friends
drugs
in the
you
gym
on?
now. Yo,
Alan give you
they're
those?
literally just like straight, just like, yo, I don't play soccer no more.
Nah,
And I'm like, God, Samir.
the complete opposite. You either go to one spectrum or the other. It's either you get
Yeah, you
fat
go
as
Ronaldo
shit
or you go
get-
Torres.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Ronaldo's still cookie with that belly. He can't see the ball, but he can feel it though. It's still cookie. You see George Way? He got that little dribble style Ronaldo guys. He's chubby too, but like the video came out on Twitter the other day. He's still the same shifty.
George Way?
Yeah, still shifty, just fat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now he's actually playing for Marseille in the first team.
Since flaunting fuller figure. That's rude.
That's gonna be Hazard in a couple of years.
Oh yeah.
We all know that.
Oh god.
Wesley Sneijder.
He can't wait to get out of shape, yo.
That's
Hazard? Oh, man. Ooh, excuse me. Oh, real quick. This is so out of left field. Adidas dropped the first round of the women's jerseys. Bro, them shit is fire for the World Cup. Facts. But the World Cup jerseys for the women are tough. I'm getting the Japanese one, I think, bro. It's really nice.
Hopefully they're not like form fitting, are they?
Oh,
Just be
probably.
careful of that.
Yeah.
If you get, like,
I might look too sexy for real. Nah, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm tuning into this next this Women's World Cup coming up for real.
Oh, of course.
That's
I
the
always
summer,
watch
Yeah, I'm
right?
definitely
soccer
tuned
and
in.
Support. Yeah.
This is only the second one I've watched or I will be watching. I can't lie. Cause like I never know when it is.
Is USA gonna win that?
I mean, Jamaica's in it, baby, so I don't know. Nah, probably.
Oh, US, I don't know. I feel like US.
Aren't they like the Brazil of women's soccer?
England's gonna win.
England's nice? Word.
They won the Euro.
Wait,
Yo, Liverpool has a girl that plays for them. Kind of cute. Saw my Instagram the other day. I was like, you a scouser, but
No, U.S. women's national team. I feel like
yeah, aren't they nice though?
they're at the point where like other countries are catching up. Because first it was
That's
like
so
we're
crazy.
the
What
only
about
one
women's soccer
investing
in
money
America?
into
I mean,
it.
U.S. is still ranked number 1 in the world.
I hear
But
you.
what's
But
what
now
causes
it's like
that
the other
disparity?
countries have now they're funding it and they have the coaching that like we don't have.
Yeah.
So I'm starting
Why
to
are
get
we
a
so
little
respected
worried.
in women's sports and women's soccer and like men's soccer took forever for them to get like any traction or like respect? I mean, obviously success, but like, why are we so successful with women and not men?
Because what I was saying is I feel like we were the first ones to
Put money into the program.
yeah we're to be the first ones on the boat with women's soccer. Where other countries, nah, really.
Yeah, because we've been going since Mia Hamm days, to be honest. Since
Even
the
before, I
yeah,
think it was like Title IX when they made college programs like you need to have men's and women.
yeah,
I think that started in the late '80s, so I feel like that's what kind of
push that too. Yeah, like once you're elite, you need somewhere else to go.
where other countries, I don't think there was.
A lot of countries, I think, didn't even have a program for a
Well,
long
no,
time.
Brazil always had
Madrid
one.
and
Brazil had
Barcelona's
one.
Women's teams came in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
England always
That's
had
the
one, I
point.
think. Brazil had one. Marta
So-
been killing it. Marta has the most goals of any South American in like international play, I'm pretty sure.
Not as much as Abby Wambach.
I think she has more goals than Abby Wambach.
No,
No
no one has more goals than Abby.
No?
Wambach. Greatest goal scorer ever.
Bro, I'll give her.
It'll be interesting,
Abby
though.
Wambach has like 300 goals and 200 appearances.
Bro, I could do that.
I still remember, was it this Women's World Cup when Carly Lloyd scored from like half? And we were watching that? Was that the
I
final?
could do that too. No,
That was the final.
I was like, what
Sheesh,
the
in the final, that's tough.
Japan's good.
Yeah.
Japan is nice. That's one thing I remember. Japan is
They beat
tough.
us one year, right?
Japan is tough.
Yeah.
Isn't Spain pretty good too?
Yeah, they have the
Yeah,
ball-
Spain is
no,
alright.
Barca's women's team.
But I'm not gonna lie, Jamaica has Premier League's leading goal scorer right now. I'm very excited. We at least gonna score some goals. At the very least. I'm hyped.
I'm just-
We'll see.
what are they ranked? They're
We'll see what
43rd.
happens when Haiti, you know.
Oh. Might be a problem.
When Haiti plays US and it's like 7-0.
Oh, don't do that.
Remember this.
Don't do that. Nah, when Haiti come with 4-0, bro, we coming in here going crazy. Compa the whole podcast. I'm eating banana, pickly. Y'all going crazy in here, bro. Y'all not even ready. Oh, man.
Waving the flag.
Well, guys, this is where we start getting silly. So, time to wrap this thing up. It's been another week, another pod, another over-the-top experience, another over-the-top Tuesday. If you're still here, as I say every week, I appreciate that, man. You don't got me nowhere else. Or you could be anywhere else. You don't got to watch this whole video. If you're still here, I appreciate you. Like it, share with your friends, subscribe, all that good stuff. Comment down below, like, all that stuff. Thanks, guys. Anything from my fellow sunglasses guys here?
You're the best.
No, Juan, you just ended the pod.
I got no words
You ended
for
the
it.
pod like a blues brother. I feel you.
You covered it all, very
All right, man. We out here. For real.